Hey guys, this is your boy Mufasa. As you already know, this show is nothing without you guys. So please don't forget to like the videos, subscribe to the channel, and let's continue growing. The Philadelphia 76ers surprisingly traded Jared McCain to the Oklahoma City Thunder for a 2026 Houston first round pick, three second round picks, and that got me a little confused. It got me confused because I really thought that this was probably like preceding a bigger move. That was my hope as a fan, also, I'm assuming. And I was hoping for a bigger move. The other move that happened was Eric Gordon being traded to Memphis and they actually had to tie a second round pick for Memphis to take his contract, incentivize Memphis to take his contract also. So those were really like the two moves that the Sixers really made. Then they converted Dominic Barlow, which was one of the explanations that I was seeing online also, that okay, they were creating flexibility to be able to move Dominic to pay Dominic Barlow, convert him to a standard contract in the NBA, and possibly Jabari Walker as well. But let's face it here, I think the front office of the Sixers has disappointed us once again, and I'm actually not even gonna put this just on Daryl Morey. I think I'm gonna put this on Josh Harris. It's really a shame, if you ask me, to be always looking for ways to, get under the tax and not pay the tax penalty, the luxury tax bill every single year. This was a particular year for the Sixers. You have your star player, Joel Embiid, who is finally, at least for now, back to playing consistently and playing well. You have Tyrese Maxey, who is playing like crazy right now, working his butt off every night, playing at a very high level. Starter in the All-Star game this season, is probably going to be an NBA All-Pro. You finally get some good pieces, some good rotational pieces. You have Paul George. Yes, he's on a suspension right now, but is going to be back with 10 games left in the regular season. Your star player actually come out. Joel literally came out and said, we've been ducking the tax the past years. I hope we don't go that route. And, let's try to at least improve the roster or keep the team together. Now, you go ahead and make this move and nothing else happens. This is a very disappointing move if you ask me, because one, you spent the 16th pick on Jared McCain in last year's draft. I mean, not this past year, but like the year before. So this was his second season with the Sixers. His rookie season got derailed with an injury, and he was slowly but surely coming back. Actually, two injuries, one in the knee and one in his fingers, on his shooting hand, I believe. So you mean to tell me, as a general manager and an ownership group, you spent the 16th pick on a player who, before injury, was playing very well and plays pretty well alongside Joel Embiid for the little that we've seen, and you give up on him so quickly, not even giving him a third year after the injury for him to fully recover, go through training camp, and try to prove himself again. You go ahead and give him up for a Houston first round pick, which was really enticing here. The first round pick part of the trade, but unfortunately, it's a Houston pick, which is probably going to be lower than a 16th pick in this draft in 2026, with no guarantee that the pick that you're going to make, if you do make a pick, is going to be anything better than what you had already in house. I think this move was made just to duck the tax once again. I hear people when they say the package that was received in return was pretty good, but think about who you're trading him to. You're trading him to the Oklahoma City Thunder with Sam Presti. You did this with Isaiah Joe a couple of years ago. Turned out he is a champion now and was very important off the bench for Oklahoma during the run for the championship. Now you're adding that piece to them on the pretty good run that they're on right now. I think this is very unfortunate. That was another slap from the front office to the fans. All we asked for this year was just the hope. The team is playing well. Go ahead and at least this year, pay the luxury tax. Let's see where we go, how far we can go, because the East is so wide open and the competition is only going to be harder next year. With Boston coming, having Tatum back and Tyrese Halliburton coming back also with Indiana, and Lord knows what the Knicks, who are already causing all type of problems to us, is gonna do also. But I really think, this is almost, it's ridiculous. This is almost NBA malpractice, basketball malpractice, if you ask me, from the front office, with this sole idea of let's get under the tax, especially this year. Every other year, I don't care. This year, after the misery that the fans had last year, with all these injuries and all the nonsense that was happening around the Sixers, for the hope to come back this year and just take that hope away by making a trade like this and not making anything else, it's just absolutely ridiculous. Now you're limiting your rotation in at the guard position to VJ Edgecombe, Tyrese Maxey, and Quentin Grimes. Quentin Grimes that you couldn't even re-sign last year because he was asking for so much money. So he's gonna be on his own this season. He might be able to come back, but you don't know what other teams are going to offer to him and if you're going to be able to retain him. The likelihood is he might be gone. So you couldn't even, find a deal to extend Grimes. Now you let McCain go, and if anybody between these three, whether it's Maxey, VJ, or Grimes, get hurt, your next guard in the rotation is Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry and Eric Gordon that you initially brought back this season for whatever reason it was, because I don't know what they're really doing on that roster right now. Lowry, I get that he is a leader, but you could have had him on the coaching staff. You wasted 2 roster spots. Then to get rid of the Eric Gordon contract, you even had to tie another pick to get rid of his contract just this deadline. You let guys like, Jared Butler go last year, who was playing decent. But now we back to the nonsense of, if you want to let, Tyrese Maxey breathe, or if any of them gets hurt, then you got to revert to Kyle Lowry. This is absolutely ridiculous. And you're doing all this without even knowing if you would have been able to bring Grimes. You will be able to bring Quentin Grimes back, or rely on whatever move you have planned for the summer, or I don't know, whoever you're going to be able to draft if you don't make any moves. I would have preferred them keeping Jared McCain. If there was no other move that was going to be done, keep him. See what you do with Quentin Grimes at the end of the season. He's still on a rookie contract, so if you're not able to, retain Grimes, then you could keep him and let Grimes go, or vice versa, or hell, why not keep both of them? That was one of the positives of the season, the backcourt of the Sixers anyway. But now you're doing this, and I don't know what message you're sending to your star players, whether it's Tyrese Maxey, who is pretty close to Jared McCain anyway, and Joel Embiid, who specifically asked to at least keep the roster together or improve the roster this season. What message are you sending them? Definitely not a championship mentality message. And this front office and this ownership group specifically needs to realize that if you want to be able to compete at the highest level and win a championship, you're going to have to spend money. And money means also paying the luxury tax. That's what I had to say about the Sixers. This has been absolutely ridiculous. I do not approve. I don't like this move at all, because not just specifically because of Jared McCain, but for the simple fact that nothing has been done afterwards. And this clearly looks like a move just to be under the tax, which they obviously are now. And even this whole idea of, oh, we're making moves, we're making room to get Dominic Barlow on a two-way contract, on a standard contract. He is on a standard contract now, but you only give him what, this year, and then next year is a team option. Yeah, you could tell me you did the same thing as Justin Edwards, where you're gonna go ahead and have him, maybe opt out of that team option and then give him a longer contract or whatever. But this was the year where we should have at least been able to be aggressive or retain the same group because of how great the vibe were, and then try to do something by and see how everything goes. So honestly, I'm totally giving up on this front office, whether it's Daryl Morey or the ownership group with Harris and Blitzer Sports and Entertainment, led by Josh Harris. It's really disgusting, the approach that this front office has with the fans, and the way you can take dreams away from us, and then I cannot stand that.